All right, Justin Gaethje, the human highlight reel, the most violent and exciting fighter on the UFC roster, looks like he's going to rematch the next most exciting and violent fighter in the lightweight division at least, and that is Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Correct. They fought once before in 2018, April 14th on UFC on Big Fox. What a fight that was. Dustin Poirier got the job done. But since then, they've both gone off and done great things. They're both two of the most sensational and exciting fighters in the lightweight division, if not the entire UFC, as we know. And it looks like they're going to fight once again. Why do I say that? Well, they're both talking about it. Now, first off, last weekend, UFC 286, Justin Gaethje went out there. He was sensational. Beat Rafael Fiziev. I thought he might struggle with Fiziev. I thought he might have to turn into a wrestler, use that wrestling pedigree that he has to beat Fiziev, but he didn't. He beat him on the feet. He beat him at his own game and made adjustments in round 3. He just looked phenomenal. And even that, I'm saying that, and I'm going to say that after he insulted me at the post-fight press conference, if you remember, but still I can separate the two. And I actually really like Justin. I have a ton of respect for him. So we're not going to go down that rabbit hole again. Fair play to Justin. He's been a good teammate. But Justin Gaethje, the fighter, since losing to Dustin Poirier, he went on, had a phenomenal career, became the interim champion, beat James Vick, Edson Barboza, Donald Cerrone, Tony Ferguson, became the interim lightweight champ, and of course, just like Dustin Poirier, lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov in Khabib's final fight, lost by triangle choke. Then he came back, UFC 268, Madison Square Garden. What a fight. The place was going mental against Michael Chandler. It was ridiculous. One of the best fights you'll ever see. And the crowd, I'm telling you, they blew the roof off that place. And Justin Gaethje got the job done. He was the winner by decision. So, of course, he gets a title fight. Charles Oliveira went out there, dropped him, didn't follow him down to the ground. I'm talking really fast because I got to jump on a plane. But still, dropped him to the ground, didn't follow it up, and eventually ended up losing by rear naked choke in round 1. Slow down, Bisping, and breathe. Lost in round 1, okay? But what an exciting 3 minutes and 22 seconds that was. It really was phenomenal. And as I said, rebounded in style against Rafael Fiziev at the weekend. And then after that, obviously, he has the microphone in his face. And besides insulting me, he talked about what might be next for him. And he said, look, listen, I would love to fight Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier, whether you like it or not, is coming towards the end of his career. Justin Gaethje has also said that he is also coming to the end of his career. So Justin obviously gets to call his shots now. He wants to fight for the belt. To do that, it's going to have to be a big fight. Charles Oliveira is fighting Beneil Dariush. One would think the winner of that gets a shot at the belt. So Dustin and Justin both need one more fight, one big scalp, one big name, one fan-pleasing fight to ensure that they're the next people in line. Because the problem is in the lightweight division, it's full of stars. Islam Makhachev is the new champ. Just recently squeaked out a decision victory over Alexander Volkanovski. And now he's got a whole host of people. If Beneil Dariush wins, he gets the shot. If Charles wins, he gets the shot. But there's loads of other people. But the two that stand out, Justin and Dustin, they've both been interim champions. They both lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov. And they're both coming towards the end of their careers. So a rematch of the fight that happened in 2018 makes all the sense in the world. And here is what Dustin the Diamond had to say about this fight in a recent interview. He said about Justin, it's a fight that makes me nervous. When I hear a name and I get nervous, it's motivation. Those are the kind of fights that I want. Same thing with Chandler. When I heard Chandler's name, I was nervous because I knew the danger of those kind of fights. And that's what motivates me. Same thing with Justin. If they do call me and he's the name that they say, maybe it happens. We'll see. Well, far be it from me to speak for Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard, but I've got a pretty good feeling that that is going to be the matchup that we see. It's a rematch 5 years in the making. They've both gone on to become some of the biggest stars in the UFC. Of course, there is that last and final matchup for Dustin Poirier with Conor McGregor. If he's successful with Michael Chandler, even if he isn't successful, because if McGregor beats Chandler, he's probably going to go off and then fight for whatever belt he wants. Maybe a 170-pound belt against Leon Edwards. Maybe 155 against Makhachev. Who knows? But he gets to call his shots. But if McGregor loses, he doesn't get a title fight, so you never know. Maybe that's the Dustin Poirier fight. But as I say, both guys are coming to the end of their careers, and I really respect both of them. They both want to be the champion of the world. They've been the interim, but that's not the one. That nobody dreams about becoming the interim champion of the world. That is a great title. It is a great achievement. It's a great memory. It's a great accomplishment. But it ain't the undisputed champion of the world. Winning the interim belt essentially is the #1 contender trophy. Okay, but they do get to keep a belt. They can have that on the mantelpiece, on the wall, whatever they want to do with it. So that's great. It's amazing. But that isn't why they got in this business. They got in this sport and made all these sacrifices to be the best. Okay, so Justin versus Dustin. I mean, come on. Sign me up. Take my money right now. The first fight was sensational. Dustin got it done. But if you look at Justin Gaethje, the improvements that he's made, what we saw Saturday night against Rafael Fiziev, the speed of the hands and the adjustments he was able to make. Remember, he went to the double jab, to the uppercuts in round 3, caught Fiziev, caught him with some really, really nice leg kicks. And we know about the wrestling as well. On the flip side, Dustin Poirier, I mean, come on. I mean, everything I just said about Justin, you can say about Dustin. Yes, he doesn't have the wrestling accolades, but he does have the jiu-jitsu accolades. You know, he's a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's well-rounded. He's got beautiful boxing, you know. Justin and Dustin, they both match up so well, and it even rhymes, you know. So it's about time that they did it. The rematch that everybody wants to see. But what do you think? You know what I mean? Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira, the winner of that gets the shot. I say Justin versus Dustin, the winner of that gets the next shot, if you know what I mean. Right? Izzy Makhachev's got some work to do. I think Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush, I mean, that's a tough one to call. It really is a tough one to call. I'm not sure who wins that. And Justin versus Dustin, I mean, come on. That's just one of those fights. Anyone could win, you know, knockout, ground and pound, submission for Dustin. Who bloody knows? Who cares? It's just a great fight, and I want to see it. Right, I got to go. This weekend, we got Marlon Chito Vera taking on Corey Sandhagen. What a fight that is going to be. And then a stacked undercard. That's going down in San Antonio, Texas. I am going to be late for my flight. I'm going to miss my flight, and that is a fact. So I'm standing here. I'm going on to you guys. I really do have to go. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. Really does mean a lot to me. We actually have some merchandise for sale down there. If you just click down there, you look down there. There's a whole host of cups, mugs, tees, sweaters, you name it. We've got it, and they're really, really good designs as well. So check that out. As I say, thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll do some videos from San Antonio, Texas, recapping the Marlon Chito Vera and Corey Sandhagen fight. So check that out. Enjoy your weekends. See you soon.